Hello, my sweet dear magical friends. Welcome to your week ahead forecast. We are going to break down every single day of the week astrologically, and then we will take it through the zodiac to all 12 zodiac signs. If you are ready to take your next evolutionary step outside of awareness and put energy work on its feet and explore more of yourself, because these feelings that you're going to be feeling this week, they're going to be big, they're going to be at times overwhelming. And just remember that when you feel a feeling like that, especially in your body, these are invitations to expand your consciousness. So you don't have to jump right into remote viewing, lucid dreaming, telekinesis, or astral projection, even though all of that is available to you over on the Patreon for $11.11 per month. I post every day, Monday through Friday. You can also do a 7-day free trial and just dip that toe in the water and dip it back out again. If it's too much and overwhelming your nervous system, I totally get it. It's a lot. And I'm a real psychic, so it's a lot. I understand that. I understand. But you're going to be overwhelmed with sensations this week anyway, so you might as well just give it a shot. If you're ready for that, link is in the description box below. Let us move forward in the awareness. So this week, we are having a lot of action in the beginning of the week, really like the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then it's the full moon. And that's pretty much it. It's basically building towards that full moon. And then we reap what we sow, and it's going to build us towards the Scorpio new moon in November. I think it's like the end, what's it? Halloween or the 1st of November, something like that. So that'll be fun, as always, in spooky season. Okay, so Monday, the 14th of October, and I'm calling this video Feeling Your Full Majesty because of these feelings and these energy sensations and how embodied this week will be. So, like I said, all of the action is really at the beginning of the week, like over the weekend, specifically Sunday. People probably having a lot of fireworks going off over the weekend. And then it's going to, as early as like Tuesday, when the moon enters into Aries, it's like full moon is on like Donkey Kong. And then we have the full moon Thursday. So, okay. Monday, the 14th of October at 1 o'clock, and I'm using military time, and this is all Pacific Standard Time as well. So 1 o'clock, so 1 a.m., it's the sun in Libra squaring Mars in Cancer, and this is also going to have kind of like a T-square, like a loose T-square. It was the day before on Sunday that the sun opposed Chiron, trine Jupiter, Mars squared Chiron exactly. So by the time we get into Monday, it's loosening, but then the sun will perfect in their square to Mars. So it feels a lot like an awareness that things are changing, an awareness that things are going in a new direction, an awareness that I would say it's even an awareness of not just like the direction or what we're doing that's different, but also like it's like giving playbook energy. Like, okay, we have new information, so we're updating the playbook, we're updating what we're doing and how we are achieving this goal that we're setting out for ourselves. And so this is the new thing. This is how we're going to, get this done or reach this goal. And Monday, and like I said, it's 1 a.m., so it could even been like Sunday. That really brings that in. But like I said, you have to go, like in your acting with Godfidence video, you've got to act with Godfidence. You have to follow your intuition, and not everyone's going to understand that. So that's why, hearts will break, disappointments will disappoint. It's going to be impossible to please everybody, because even when you have people that are all tuned into their intuition, it could still be, for instance, there's a psychic I follow on TikTok who did not evacuate for Milton. They got a really bad feeling about it. They just didn't. And they were okay. But if they had succumbed to the pressure and the alarm, and honestly, just people caring about each other, just, whether they're activated or not. And when I say activated, I mean people that engage in energy mastery. I mean people that put awareness and spirituality on its feet. So most people, the average human, has they're more susceptible to being spoon-fed reality, and whatever gets introduced to their nervous system, they feel it, and then that's kind of like it. Whereas when you're activated and you're doing things, it's just like any other muscle. Okay, so they stayed and they were okay. A lot of energy workers were working on Milton too to bring it down from Cat 5 to Cat 2. So they were okay. But if from where they were, if they had left, and if they had left at the time that everyone was pressuring for them to leave, they would have got caught up in some kind of like tornado or something. So, this is just going to be one of those times when you just have to make peace with it. Make peace with, okay, this is my path and this is what I'm being guided to do. And you have your guidance, and this person's really worried and this person's stewed up in anxiety. You have to make peace with that. So Monday, 1 a.m., Sun squares Mars, and then it's like, okay, I'm doing this. It's almost like in an end of the world scenario. Some people are going to want to stay put, and some people are going to want to like move and try to find the next like safe spot. So it's kind of like that. People are just going to have at this time just different guidances and different wants and different motivations, different incentives and relationships. It comes down on the relationship. So you're coming into Monday. I like Monday personally. I really do, because it does give you light. It does show you, if you can just listen to that voice, and if you have really powerful abilities to block everything else out and just listen to what your inner guidance is saying, then it's really, really strong and powerful, and you can use this energy to your advantage. So, and it could be, like I said, even another relationship that comes through, like Howard Rourke, okay, in The Fountainhead. He found those people, and those people found him. So if you just maintain your true, authentic essence and not compromise who you really are, people are looking for you. Someone needs that architect that's going to make a building in a way that no one else has made a building. And it's going to be perfect. And they're going to find that person. So, and the same is true for like families being made and companies being formed and apps being developed and technology being built and all kinds of things that are sprouting and building right now. So, but this is the awareness on Monday. 11:08, the moon conjoins Saturn at 13 degrees of Pisces retrograde. That's very stabilizing for the Pisces area of life. So since March 2023, we've been challenged to do that. So are you stabilizing creativity, putting pen to paper, not just like wishing things and just getting the ideas, but like writing them down? Are you stabilizing romance? Are you taking the next steps? Are you stabilizing your healing journey? Are you stabilizing relationships, your health? This is also really great for sobriety. If you want to renounce something and say, okay, I'm never going back. I'm not going back, whether it's going back to a bad habit or thinking about an ex or thinking about a family issue, whatever is interrupting your momentum in your life right now, you're missing it when you kind of revert and go back to something that's the past. And so this is a week of releasing the past and making small changes that could be actually life-changing. Moon, Saturn in the morning, 11:08, Monday morning, well, early afternoon, wonderful for that sobriety, for like making that commitment to yourself. And listen, when you make a commitment to yourself, I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to think about my ex. I'm not going to get new cigarettes. And when you do that, maybe a few hours later, you're scrolling their, I don't know, Instagram or whatever, or you are, you bought a pack just in case, it's like that damages your relationship with yourself. You betray your own self-trust. You betray your own self-integrity. And that's bad for your self-esteem. And remember what I tell you guys, follow me on TikTok, by the way. I post twice a day on the TikTok, Monday through Friday. And what I said over there this past week was a reminder about your self-esteem, that it needs to be very robust. So this is one of the wedges that could be created If you go back on a promise you made to yourself that you were never going to go back to something and you go back to it, even if you're just thinking about it, like I'm never going to go back, but then I thought about that person, you betrayed yourself. And in the subconscious, you lowered your self-esteem. And that could be enough of a wedge for someone else, maybe someone that's not good for you, or a different ex, or that ex, or, you know, even just doing something in your business world that's not so great for you. They take that crowbar and they jam it in that wedge that you created because you betrayed yourself. You said, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. But maybe you had low self-esteem, you were feeling lonely, or you were going through a grief in the family and you just needed a cigarette for the one day of the funeral, but then it opened the gateway because you just, you know, you made a promise to yourself and you made an exception because you're burying someone important to you. But now that was the wedge, crowbar, boom, pops it open. And now it's a problem. This is, I'm talking about thinking of Pluto and Capricorn at the last degree of Capricorn. It's got this ability to, it's like, I keep wanting to say the alpha and the omega, but it's like the macro and the micro. It's this really strange but interesting energy. Anyway, we got to get through this week. Monday, the sobriety. I want to just put that in there, in the sobriety of it, that you're stabilizing your faith, you're stabilizing your belief, you're stabilizing your concept in the physical material reality in the Pisces area of your life on Monday. So it's a great day to concretize things, whether that is creativity, romance, healing, health, sobriety, anything like that. Maybe recommit to something, recommit to taking care of your health, recommit to going to the gym, recommit to renouncing something, whether that's, you know, doesn't even have to be, you know, a bad habit, but just anything that where the energy leak is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just relive memories because it helps you come out of a low self-esteem, but not really. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you get help with this because also on Monday at 15:11, Venus in Scorpio opposes Uranus in Taurus. These are very unique desires, original desires, unique desires. It's got this shock value that I like a lot about it. It's very exciting. So this is what you could use to shut the door once and for all. If you are trying to renounce something, you will never meet anyone new if you still are hung up on an ex. You will never have beautiful, blooming, healthy lungs if you don't ever quit smoking once and for all. Maybe you give yourself like 2 cigarettes a week, 1 cigarette a day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a great, like that Uranian energy, especially with Venus in relationships and desires, and that scorpionic energy of like high vibrational Scorpio is integrity. Low vibrational Scorpio is codependency and dominating and manipulating through the low self-esteem. So this is the day, Monday, to kick the bad habit, to put up the boundary with the, I don't know, the family member that always tries to tell you about your life or tell you about yourself or like whatever, or to put that distance between you and like the ex or something, like whatever you are, whatever is like really not helpful in your, on your path and your alignment, you know, and you'll know what that is. Like you'll have a feeling. So Monday is a great day for nope, boundary, put the boundary on it, and then keep your own word to yourself. That in of itself is going to create a healthier sense of self-esteem. This is also very exciting. Venus opposing Uranus. This is also an energy that I feel if there's relationship stuff happening, they're either going to, they're either going to support your individuation and lovingly give you the space, or they may break, you know? So if you're asking just for like a boundary, like, can you just let me focus on my work for a few months and then I can really be present and be a great friend again, or like whatever. You know, it's like people could be very, if that Venus in Scorpio is like possessive at all or insecure, I like Monday for biting the bullet and just saying the thing or doing the thing, asking for what you need in the personal relationships because of that like Sun in Libra square Mars. That's like, listen, my intuition is guiding me in this direction. Because it doesn't have to be just like duality, like you're with me or you're against me. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be like, I just need to do this. I really do just need to do this. And so I see like relational issues being either like, well, they get it. They either really, really get it. And that distance could make the heart grow fonder. You know what? Or they really don't get it and they're freaking out and they're super insecure. Maybe you ask for a boundary and they're like, oh my God, you don't ever want to talk to me again. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be, and there's going to be energy later in the week that shows you more about like the real nature of these relationships and like the closeness. Is it closeness or is it like an unhealthy attachment kind of a thing? So in any case, I love this for just the individual having very original desires. I want something different. I want something unique. Whether this is like shopping for a new, I don't know, a new something or new needs, original needs and desires in personal relationships. So this could elevate a relationship that becomes more free and more, like in some cases, maybe it's more open, maybe not with that, maybe with the Venus and Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but it's like a breath of fresh air. 2337, the moon in Pisces squares Jupiter in Gemini retrograde. So updating the belief systems is necessary. It's feeling like if I don't grow, I'm not gonna, I'm like you got to expand your concept. You have to expand your consciousness to understand more spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, or even just like talking a lot with friends that can help you understand something. So if by the end of Monday there's like hard feelings or anything like that, then remember what I say, the feelings themselves are invitations to expand your consciousness. So I personally love Monday. I love Monday because it's like, okay, I'm going to go shopping for something different, or I'm going to, you know, renovate a room in my home, or I'm going to launch a different service for my business, or I'm going to work with different people. I love this for working with different people. My God, new different people. I love this for new different people or ideas. That's where the originality comes through, is new different people. New, especially with the internet, especially with social media, and all of that as an asset to help you change direction, change the playbook, or put the playbook together, put the strategy together. So I feel like the people are going to be so interesting on Monday. So if anyone is really resistant to growth and change and anything being original, unique, or different, put up a boundary and just come back to that later. And if they freak out that you're putting up a boundary, it means you did the right thing. Tuesday, the 15th of October at 39 a.m. in the morning, we have the moon in Pisces trining Mars in Cancer. This is very intuitive action. Double down on those boundaries because this moon in Pisces is very absorbent. So you want to choose the best quality feelings, the best quality influences, the best quality, highest vibrational portals from which you are receiving like feelings through. So, you know, if you're scrolling through TikTok, don't stay and watch like a really sad video because you could get really sucked right into it. You want to just like keep all that stuff away for the few days that the moon is in Pisces. And with this trine to Mars, it's like when you're choosing good quality feelings, when you're choosing to stay inspired or creative or romantic or original, that inspiration helps guide your action in the right way, in a way that's constructive and not destructive. Because everyone has the free will. Everyone has a choice. So some people are going to take this energy and just spiral into emotional fears or emotional jealousies, emotional bitterness, passive aggressive behavior, and it's going to like that emotional that absorption. They're absorbing, if they're guiding their emotions. Remember, or this is what I say on TikTok, that emotions are a creational force. So so if you are thinking and creating a little torsion field of jealousy and fear, you keep feeding that with your heart, you're just gonna, that's how people just, it's bad news. 927, the moon in Pisces trines Venus in Scorpio. I almost said Venus in Cancer. Trines Venus in Scorpio. Good God. Focus on happiness, excitement, gratitude. Focus on the abundance. So even if you are dealing with a situation that it's triggering your jealousy, or it's triggering your possessiveness or insecurity, whatever it happens to be, focus on what you are grateful for. Focus on, like, maybe you are not financially wealthy, but you have your health. Focus on the gratitude for your abundance of good health. And that is going to help attract in the abundance of the finances. Guys, I have a much better quality of life than people who are richer than me, smarter than me, more successful than me, all of the things more than me, because I'm a psychic and I put my spiritual inner world, my first priority. That comes first, and then the outer world is second. But I take responsibility for it. And you have to take responsibility for your state of consciousness, for your state of being. And with all this water sign stuff, with Mars in the shadow period for the retrograde, people are going to misuse the emotional energy. So you just hold the boundaries, because there's something that's trying to grow here. You're trying to write a book. You're trying to get something off the ground. You're trying to meet somebody or talk to somebody. You're trying to heal your trauma wound in therapy, but you're getting roped up in your sister's drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't get off your own course. So at 10:09, the moon conjoins Neptune in Pisces. This is helping you bleed through the veil. Okay? Just, it's like I said, that Pisces energy, that Pisces moon is very porous. It's like Swiss cheese. You can go right through something. So you can use these few days with the Pisces moon to have spiritual goals, astral project, lucid dreaming, or people are going to spiral in fears and anxieties and jealousies. So this is the same thing with the Neptune influence. That's going to be even more delusional for some people. You're going through the veil, okay? And it's something that's porous. But I do like the sextile to Uranus, because you can, like Swiss cheese, pierce through some kind of veil, like going through the mist, going through the fog. And you can use it to elevate your creativity, your faith, your romance, your healing. And you can achieve a new level. You can reach a new height. When an inner planet has that connection to an outer planet, you can do that. You can connect to something much greater, and you can do something that maybe you couldn't do a couple days ago. So this is like a nice, like I said, you could be even more, I mean, don't do drugs. Some people are just gonna like do a lot of drugs or something, or drink alcohol or whatever. But even if that's the case, like but they sense that, and they want that. They want like a deeper, bigger experience. I also have videos on my TikTok about that, the metaphysical effects of drugs and alcohol. So that's there too. 12:59, the moon in Pisces sextiles Pluto and Capricorn. Use your intuition throughout the day and throughout the day's circumstances to transform what you need to transform in the Capricorn area of your life. So like some people, this is maybe closure with, this week is like closure with family issues, so that you can start your own family, or you can improve the health and the happiness of your own family if you already have one. or letting go of an ex so that you can be in a new relationship, or letting go of bad health habits so that you can participate more in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with this moon connecting with Pluto, the circumstances of the day and what you are getting through your guidance, your intuitive guidance, can help you transform something small that can make a very big difference in your life. Maybe it's taking a new way if you walk to work, not walking past the gas station that has the cigarettes. Avoiding places that your ex goes. Avoiding certain people with certain bad habits. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very simple like that. That's the last aspect that the moon makes before going void of course until 1333. The moon enters Aries and full moon is on like Donkey Kong as early as Tuesday. I'm excited for this one. Because you want to stabilize the Pisces area of life. So that I love that moon connects to Pluto right before entering the sign that the full moon will be in. Because it's like you want to prioritize the Pisces area of life and the Capricorn area of life. And the fact that that these two are working together, like the moon and Pluto connecting, it's like you can stabilize your faith, your intuition, creativity, romance, healing, and overhaul and transform to reclaim and embody more power in the Capricorn area of your life. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. That's the point. The process that you go through is the point, but it's worth it. Very worth it. I promise. I promise you. 1748, Venus in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. That's a peach of an aspect. This is very much like dreams and wishes coming true. Oh, it's very romantic. It's very dreamy. It's like if anybody's meeting anybody or, go as you're guided that day, because you could just, maybe you walk the dog the same route, but then you see they put up a new ice cream shop and you go to the ice cream shop and you meet somebody, they have a little opening and they meet somebody and they're just like, it's the stars and like the cartoon. I think in cartoons, like in my head. So maybe you see like, little stars are everywhere and it's like in Big Fish where all the popcorn is in the air. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So that's Venus, Neptune. You're just blitzed out by like beauty or creativity or spirituality or metaphysics. That Venus in Scorpio has a taste for something deeper, something you can really bite into. Nothing superficial. This is not a glossy magazine is not going to cut it. You want a tome of esoteric secrets. Like we just want something very satisfying. Connecting with Neptune, we can get it. We can really get it. So it's very much awakened to some kind of beauty or sensitivity. It could be very poetic. It could just be a really nice day. Easier to feel grateful, easier to be in love, easier to be creative. 1920, the moon in Aries quincunxes Mercury in Scorpio. Be brave, open up anyway. Use your spidey senses. Oh, I know what I meant to say. Be brave, open up anyway, and use your spidey senses to go on an adventure, like Indiana Jones. Live your life with a sense of, like, it's thrilling to act on your intuition and go your own way. It's like you feel this rush in your physical body, and your nerves and your little nerve fibers, your little nervous system gets so excited that you're channeling your own energy of guidance. And it's thrilling. It's very, very exciting. So be brave, open up anyway. Mercury in Scorpio likes their secrets. Use your spidey senses. Okay, Wednesday the 16th. of October at 00:04, midnight 4, we have the moon conjoining the North Node in Aries. So this is maybe more like Tuesday night, 10 o'clock p.m., 11 o'clock p.m., midnight, Wednesday, the moon conjoins the North Node. This is the direction. So you'll feel it as early as Tuesday evening. This is it. This is the direction. This is the focus, the way, the goal, the target. And it's interesting because it's like there's like that midnight energy and then the whole day. And then the next aspect is at 22:55 when the moon conjoins Chiron in Aries and sextiles Jupiter retrograde in Gemini. I feel like we're going to be very aware of why it was difficult or could be difficult to let go of the crutch, whether it's a cigarette or the ex or the bad habit. It's wanting to say, hug me, tell me you're proud of me, tell me good job, but not saying it because it hurts. Or maybe because you tried to be vulnerable and ask for what you needed before and they just exploited you or used it against you or weaponize it or, and so that awareness is there, but I feel like we get it. Like we receive what we very much need to hear or do or say or, like I feel like we get it and it feels good because it's also in a sextile. That moon is also in a sextile to Jupiter retrograding in Gemini. So the retrograde, if you have Jupiter retrograde in your chart, this can even be when things are manifesting. If you have Jupiter direct in your chart, you're probably more so talking and reflecting on the past. So that would be great for closure. If you haven't gotten closure already about something. And maybe that I would just kind of be careful about that this week because maybe you're acting on your intuition and you're moving forward, you're moving on, but they haven't moved on. So now they want to bring up something about the past and pull you into that consciousness for their closure and maybe for your closure too. So I'm going to leave that up to you to entertain or not entertain or put that off for a different lunar cycle. I don't know, but find a local astrologer, psychic, tarot reader, metaphysician, Reiki healer, crystal guru, yoga practitioner, whoever's around locally, whoever you're guided to, and support them. Develop a connection, develop those relationships, connect with them. Because actually, that would actually be a great time for connecting with healers. I don't know if you heard me, but I hit my little paper. So this could even be healing those kinds of wounds too, where, I maybe before you tried to find someone like that, your yoga instructor like scammed you or your priest like gaslit you or, you know what I'm saying? Like this could even be great to help restore some of the faith in healers themselves. So, or if it's just in the personal relationships, then it could be helpful. For Thursday, the 17th of October at 1:44, the moon in Aries squares Mars in Cancer. I feel like we're doing something from the awareness or direction that we got over the weekend, maybe like Sunday, Monday, or something's happening from the awareness or direction that we got from Sunday and Monday. Possibly. Or it's a new thing that's coming up that has some kind of connection to what's been going on, maybe even as early as the end of September, beginning of October. 4/26, full moon, 24 degrees of Aries. It's go time. These are the results, the revelations. This is the full majesty of feeling. It's the peak. The full moon is the peak experience, the peak energy. It's an activation point. It's things are happening. And then an hour later at 5:14, Venus in Scorpio at 29 degrees sextiles Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. This is very nice, very, very nice. So think back to around like the end of September, closer to like September the 22nd, we had the fall equinox. And this is going to be from, I did a video of it on TikTok, but the fall equinox is going to, that chart is from the 22nd of September to December 21st. And in that chart, Venus squared Pluto, which is like really redefining what feminine empowerment looks like and feels like and acts like and smells like and tastes like and talks like, and being and some people are going to have some very hard feelings about that. But at this full moon, Venus and Pluto are working in harmony. So there's an ease and there's a flow. There's respect on that name. There's something very powerful happening. This could even be our couple energy, whether that's romantic or in business connections or in family relationships, friendships, partnerships of any kind of relationships that are culminating or meeting or anything happening around this time. When they meet in the same wavelength, that's when it's like power couple alchemy. And with like Venus Pluto, it's like Pluto and Capricorn would be like the king of the material world, and Venus and Scorpio would be the queen of the spiritual world. You know, like the Capricorn is the most public of the signs. It rules career, achievement, worldly success, worldly domination, worldly power, worldly success and achievement in the very material sense. But like this Venus in Scorpio is like hidden and behind the scenes and esoteric and occult, magical and witchy and sexual and underworldly. So when these are together, it's like the power couple. It's like you have like maybe like a masculine energy that's like taking care of everything in the external, dominating in the material world. And then you have like a feminine partner that dominates the internal world or dominates the spiritual world or dominates behind the scenes. So it's going to be like I feel like it's going to be a very entertaining full moon. Very, very entertaining full moon. We live in stirring times, my loves. Tea stirring times. Okay. 12:25, the moon in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn. Okay. Think back to all the changes in your life and think back to the really big changes of your life. Why is the light like this? Hold on. Much better. Okay, so think back to the big changes in your life that were really hard. You were really resistant to them, but they turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to you. We always wished that we did it sooner, that we didn't resist for so long. We always wish that we loved ourselves sooner. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what this full moon is. It's some kind of change that you're guided to make in difficult conditions and with a lot of opposition around you, that the sooner you have it out and confront the people, confront the situation, confront whatever it is, make the travel plans, do the things, the better it's going to be for you. So have that consciousness now when it's hard, and it's going to like help to get you through the hard part so that you can enjoy it. And then by June next year, you're going to be sitting real pretty. Even as early as Christmas, you're going to be sitting real pretty. So the moon square Pluto is just like the change. It's just overhauling some kind of power structure. And yeah, that's the last aspect that the moon will make. Oh, wait a minute, that's Venus. Oh yeah, no, it is. Then it goes void of course until 12:39. Then the moon will enter Taurus. But before that, at 12:20, the Venus will enter Sagittarius. I wrote that weird. Venus and Sagittarius. My Venus return. So Venus and Sagittarius, 12:28 moving onward. It's a joy to learn. It's so much fun to learn all of a sudden. It's loving to open your mind. It's being fascinated to explore. So it's like we took care, like Venus and Scorpio took her place with Pluto and Capricorn, power couple, and then Venus and Sag moves into Sagittarius. And now we have new opportunities to avail over the next few weeks in the Sagittarius area of our lives. Mercury will retrograde here in December. So then it's like, okay, they got together. That power couple or those two areas of your life got together, Capricorn and Scorpio. They got together, they made the connection, you're listening to your intuition, and now it frees Venus up to just go frolic in a library. And also, like I have my Venus in Sagittarius, I just love talking about stuff. Like, you know, like I talk to the camera and I'm a talking head over here. Like it's just going to be a lot lighter of an energy. It's going to be so much more fun to learn and explore. And like I said, stay open-minded. So it's cool. And then when the moon moves into Taurus, circumstances for the next 2.5 days are going to be focusing on shifts to stabilize this new thing. You know, whatever we learned, whatever was revealed, the big revelations or the big shifts and changes. Now we're like plowing the field. Like we're just making sure that it's nice and secure, you know, good roots. Very fertile energy. Then at 13:28, the moon in Taurus quincunxes Venus in Sagittarius. I feel like we're going to be very excited. Venus in Sagittarius is, the way it feels and the way I describe it is like Tigger energy. Like when I'm excited about something, it's like a Tigger bouncing around in me. And I'm just like, it's a lot. Very excited. So we're going to be very excited. There's going to be a lot of excitement in the air, but we're going to have to go slow. We're going to have to take it step by step. We're going to have to be methodical. We're going to have to comb through things. We're going to have to, you know, like Taurus needs to take things in your own good timing. So it's just going to be like, it's got to go slower than we would like probably. Then at 16:32, Mercury in Scorpio quincunxes the North Node in Aries. So thinking, communicating, and even the psychic focus will have to shift to accommodate this different future. You know, this is like we're taking on these new adventures and we're going to have to update our thinking processes and how we're communicating and how we're approaching things and how we're sharing information. With Mercury and Scorpio, some things are still going to need to be like for a little bit. Friday, the 18th of October at midnight 15, we have the moon in Taurus opposing Mercury and Scorpio. Use your spidey senses. Oh, I don't think you can see it. There we go. These are spidey senses. Use your spidey senses. Use your spidey senses. Into the circumstances of the day, of what's going on, to have quality connecting and quality conversations, quality thinking, quality. At 10:12, the moon in Taurus sextiles Saturn in Pisces. This is great help to stabilize and, you know, give progress to the Pisces area of life. So I feel like there's something very reassuring, like late Thursday night, early Friday morning, but people are going to have to be mature and think differently and use your spidey senses. So if people are resistant to that, it's going to be crunchier. Okay, back to Friday. Friday at 23:33, Sun in Libra quincunxes Uranus in Taurus. This is new awareness in relationships of how and where to level up, and if people can level up or if they cannot level up. when they can't go with you, if they can't go that far with you, Frodo, don't go where I cannot follow. If people cannot go with you somewhere mentally, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, you're going to be very aware of that by Friday night. So that a relationship gets taken to a new level, or it could be a little bit challenged. That's all I'm going to say. Saturday, the 19th of October at 7:09, the moon in Taurus conjuncts Uranus retrograde. I feel like this is very happy surprises, organic discovery, interesting dreams. Whatever it is, it could be very helpful to break the mold, helpful to advance and elevate something, you know, it's just something new and different. It feels good. Yeah, it feels good. 7:45, the moon in Taurus quincunxes the sun in Libra. Keep a flexible schedule, keep an open mind in the relationships. That's going to help give people like the space they need to grow. Because people need like space to grow in relationships. Because then if you don't have that perspective, then one outgrows the other one, or one resents the other one. You know, it gets all messy. So at 9:26, the moon in Taurus sextiles Neptune and Pisces. Stay inspired, stay spiritual, be forgiving, lovingly release if you need to lovingly release. At 12:32, the moon in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. There's only 2 more left. It's this one, and then the other one is November the 15th. So grow, invest in the transformation in the Capricorn area of life, using what circumstances in Taurus are bringing up to you on these days. So, but it's going to help you ground something. It's going to help you stabilize something. And maybe even, like I said, I also feel like this week has a renouncing energy, like a sobriety energy. So even this energy, Moon, Pluto, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. And I'm not going to betray myself to entertain that idea. Or I'm not going to say I'm not going back, but I'm going to think about that person and think about that cigarette and think about that bad habit, because you're not letting yourself go. You're not letting yourself be free. You're not letting yourself move on if it's still alive in your mind or in your heart. So this is a big week for releasing and letting go in order to feel the full majesty of what could be a huge milestone for your future and very healing. Do you see where the spiritual splitting is happening? So when you do that with this week, when you release the past and you let it go and you have a boundary on it, you increase your self-love and self-esteem. When you trust yourself to take inspired action, to act with confidence, you increase your self-esteem. You're building out that future for yourself. So this is a very healing week because you do these things, because you're acting with confidence and you are healing and releasing the past firmly and not betraying yourself. Both of those things are increasing your self-esteem. Both of those things are very healing to your identity, your selfhood, your bravery, being the pioneer to do something, the first to do something. You have these original wants, the original desires. The week starts with that Venus-Uranus opposition, unique, original desires. It's exciting, it's excited. A new path, new and different, especially people, new, different people. Okay, where was I? Back to Saturday? All right, so the moon in Taurus trining over to Pluto and Capricorn is another, like, see, this could be happening like on the physical level, where you're like, okay, I'm throwing out every single thing from 4 X's ago. You know what I'm saying? Like a physical renovation. You're moving. You are physically embodying the promise to yourself. You're throwing out all of the cigarettes, even the apocalypse cigarettes. I had those. I had I had a pack of, that's what I would do. I would have like a pack of cigarettes just for the apocalypse. And then I would be stressed out, have a low point in life, and I would go have one cigarette. But that was a wedge. And then I'm finishing the pack, buying another pack, and you feel shit. You feel like just about yourself, that you betrayed yourself. Don't do that. Just don't. I know. Okay. So yeah, so Saturday and throughout the week, like, but also very much on Saturday, you can have like maybe like physical boundaries or make physical changes. Maybe you're writing stuff down and burning it, like it's a very, but it's like a physically embodied promise to yourself, a physical representation of the change and overhaul that you're making as a commitment to yourself out of self-love, out of self-respect. Then the moon goes void, of course, until 1306. Then the moon enters Gemini. The mood lightens up. It's a very playful energy, great for friends, hanging out with friends, communicating, sharing, having fun, playing games, socializing. It's fun. At 17:30, the moon in Gemini opposes Venus in Sagittarius. Okay, I feel like we're going to be very aware of who's fun and fascinating and who is boring and narrow. Like the dark side of Sagittarius is that they're so narrow and they have strong like should energy, and they're closed off. And they just want to be preachy and shouty and stuff. So I feel like it's going to be very, but they want to think of themselves as open-minded. Like the downside of Sag is like grandiose and they're completely delusional. So I feel like it's going to be really clear and obvious because it's just not going to feel good. You're going to be talking to someone that wants to be known as an open-minded person, but you start talking about astral projection or like talking to dead people, and then they like laugh and make a joke at your expense and change the subject and very nonchalant. And you're like, damn, like the conversation just like ended like that. And so you're like, then you're not satisfied with anything because they didn't contribute anything, So I feel like also on Saturday, later in the day, it's going to be very clear of where we get a satisfying conversation or interaction and where we don't. And that doesn't have to be like just in person because it's like the air and fire. It could even be like, wow, I was really following this person. I'm not getting anything out of following them. They're not posting anything that's like inspiring me or educating me. So like, no, unfollow, It could be very much like, it's just not hitting the spot. Like that moon Venus opposition, it's like, but then on the other hand, the balance could come in where you do find someone to follow that's like, ooh, they're full of little facts, or they're full of either education or entertainment or inspiration, and you are getting what you like. Okay, that's what I've been missing this entire time. That right there, that conversation I just had, that's what I've been missing this entire time. Okay. And I feel like once we put that past away and then hold the boundary and hold the self-respect, you get to have fun with that. You get to, indulge and enjoy and be grateful and be creative and healing and like all these other things and be like, wow, I was missing out. I was really missing out. I was totally depriving myself. That's where it comes in. Like you always wish you did it sooner with these big changes, big hard changes. Okay. Let's see. 2349, the moon in Gemini trines the south node in Libra. This is very helpful for connecting with karmic comrades or releasing the relationships that are kind of boring now. Sunday, the 20th of October at 8:33, the sun in Libra quincunxes Neptune in Pisces and Uranus in Taurus. And there we have a 𝚘𝚘. So Venus and Mercury already availed and provided opportunities through this 𝚘. Now greater awareness on the future in relationships could be very apparent. It continues. So we're making value judgments in and on these relationships. You know, maybe you had like that underwhelming interaction with a friend that you've known since forever on Saturday, and then Sunday you wake up like, that was like 6 hours I could have been doing something else, you know, or like, like I said, very maybe underwhelming. So I feel like Sunday morning we're going to be making these value judgments about these relationships, of what we're getting, what we're putting into them. Is it equal? Is it fair? Is it, you know, that's just because that 𝚃𝚗𝚎 Uranus, I feel like we're just going to be, like I said, this whole week ready for something new and different. Neptune, we want to be inspired. But the sun in Libra, it's difficult to go to your, you know, when the joke happens and you want to continue it, like not joking, and you really want to know what they think, and you really want to explore talking to dead people or whatever the thing is, they could keep shutting it down, and you might not feel comfortable trying to get them to take you seriously because they might just keep shooting it down. So, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like an awkwardness. There's like a, Then at 11:06, the moon in Gemini squares Saturn in Pisces. That's going to put more stress on that. So it's like revealing who can go the distance. Which of these relationships can you grow with? And through the mentality, through talking to each other, which relationships, and even just like which thoughts, which ideas can go the distance, which communications, which, anything that you're working on, anything mercurial, anything writing related, anything connection related. It's a kind of a judgy day on Sunday, but like a necessarily judgy day. I feel like Sunday is going to show us which relationships have like longevity and that stimulation and that growth opportunity, and to stabilize the Pisces area of your life, and which are kind of hindering that progress, eating up your time, energy, resources, and creating an energy leak in your life, and decreasing and detracting and pulling you away from your path, pulling you away from the enrichment, pulling you away from your full majesty. Let's go ahead and take it through the consciousness carousel that is the zodiac. Hello, my lovely Aries, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome to your week ahead. The week opens with you very much featured in this gnarly T-square with Chiron in your sign opposed by the sun in the house of the other, and they're T-squaring Mars at the base of your chart. This does look like a little bit of a showdown between you and another person, and emotionally you're the one like super, super riled up. It could be about finances and money and what either you want to do with shared finances, what they want to do with the shared finances, or hopefully not, but it could be that someone's holding like sexuality hostage, or, as like hopefully no one's doing anything like manipulative, but it could be that, with the Venus-Uranus opposition, there could be some kind of change in the finances, or on your side or on their side. So maybe your wife or husband loses their job and you guys have different ideas about, a strategy moving forward, but you will want to try and take a fair and balanced approach, take care of your inner world first, and then go to them and try to work it out. And keep in mind that this could include even some changes on the home front, or there could even just be arguments or decisions being made and new directions being taken in a living situation or a housing matter or a property situation. So it could even just be the stress of moving, or the stress of you're renovating, you're adding an addition, and it's just like you have construction people coming in and out of the house, and it's just like stressful. That's all. Then you get to your full moon, and we covered your full moon interpretation in your full moon video, acting with Godfidence. So you are absolutely going to be needing to hold on to the boundaries this week, especially when it comes to your mental health, especially coming through Sunday, Monday, and the first half of Tuesday, to prepare to be on stage and prepare to show up in your life Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then like towards the end of the week, there could be wonderful opportunity to stabilize the finances or have some kind of professional opportunity. So if there's anything that may freak you out in the beginning of the week, or you and your partner freaking out about something financial, hold it down. Calmer heads will prevail. You know, keep calm and carry on, because the end of the week could show some opportunities to stabilize the finances and really do really well for you professionally. Okay, because it is your full moon too. Okay, my lovely Aries, take very good care. Have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for taking up the Aries mantle of consciousness. Until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my lovely Tauruses, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, 𝚃𝚅𝚗𝚎𝚢, to your week ahead. The week may open seeing you a little bit frazzled, which you do not like to be, especially in the relationships. It looks like early in the week, Sunday or Monday, you could be like uncomfortable. Something is going against the grain of your beliefs or your sense of direction. Like maybe you have to take a leap of faith and you don't want to take any leaps of faith. You don't want to, that's not your deal. You know, maybe you just like, you're like, no, you know, but you're like, oh, you know, you could feel a little bit squirrely early in the week. A partner or a business partner, somebody could really shock you and surprise you with what they want, what they're saying would make them happy. And I don't think that this has to be any kind of breakup. It's just different. It's just, you know, give them space. Or unless it's you're saying, this is what I'm doing differently. This is what I want that's differently. I'm having this big revelation. I'm having a come to Jesus moment. I'm starting to hear dead people. And so I'm changing my life accordingly. It could also be that too. You're the one channeling the new and the different. And hold out, you know, because you have your full moon at the end of the week, which is going to be a huge relief for you psychologically. I do a much more in-depth horoscope for your acting with Godfidence video. And you definitely are going to want to act with Godfidence. You just say a little prayer and then leap. Because by the end of the week, like in the weekend, with the moon in Taurus in your sign, making these beautiful trines to Pluto in the 9th house, you're going to very quickly, literally in the full moon's on Thursday. So you could start to feel spooky from Tuesday. You know, the anxiety of the weekend could kind of make you a little squirrely and spooked out, a little spooky Tuesday to Thursday, or excited if you're the one doing it. But then even as early as like, what's that? Yeah, actually midday Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with the trines to Pluto, you feel so vindicated in your world beliefs. And you feel so like they're transforming, but they're transforming in a way that you're like, oh, okay. Whew. You know, like I see you feeling very like reassured and confident in where something is going with publishing, marketing, higher education, world beliefs. Litigiously, something is really powerfully working out for you. Like you're going to feel very confident. You're going to feel like you're taken care of. And you kind of are with this full moon in your 12th. This could be where a week that you get an asset, a secret benefactor, something you're doing behind the scenes, a person that's very behind the scenes, like a mentor type person. Like I said, find a local psychic, tarot reader, astrologer, crystal grid consultant. I don't know, like any, but and then, support them, find someone that you really connect with, and they could help transition you into also having that kind of power in your life as an asset to you. So hang on tight, because it's exciting. But like I said, you're going to feel really, really, you're going to feel very much empowered, like back in, really, really, really good. So whatever that partner is telling you, don't freak out. It's all going to be great. Love you, Tauruses. Take very good care. Have a great week ahead. And actually Tuesday, with Venus trining over to Neptune, I feel like you could even start to feel so much better about whatever the leap that you're taking is as early as Tuesday. Some of you, it's as early as Tuesday. For some of you, and then it gets really, you feel really amazing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then for others of you, definitely Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, okay. Love you guys. Take very good care. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much for taking up the Taurus mantle of consciousness. Until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful 𝚑𝚅𝚗𝚎. Hello, my beautiful Gemini, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome to Willkommen to your week ahead. The week opens up with stress and a difference in intuition and direction with a creative passion project and your friends, or creative collaborators, social media posting, or it's your children, what your children are telling you they want. Like there's some disagreement, and it's putting a lot of pressure on either your money or your values. So you want to be careful that you're not being passive aggressive. Now, it's just, there could, like whatever it is, like in the beginning of the week, it could kind of disrupt your sleep. Like you're not, it's not, it may be difficult to sleep. There's like a break in your regular routines and schedules. It could be that maybe even a coworker or someone that you're used to seeing quits, or you step away from that relationship, or you're getting different staff, or some job is quitting you, or there could be like some rattles and some rattling, and it'll be because you see things differently. You just have different perspectives. So don't resist that. Tune in to your guidance and your intuition. Have things out in the moment with that Mars in your second house, and focus on taking good care of your health. Because later in the week with your full moon, it could be like the final, it's either going to be where you have it all out with that person and it's like big healing, or it's like the end of some kind of dream, or the culmination of a dream, or some healing relationship with your community. I do a much longer in-depth interpretation with your acting and Godfidence video, but just know that when you get to the weekend, with the moon in your 12th house, making the trine to Pluto in the 8th house, it's like whatever it is, you are going to really process it on like the deepest levels possible. Like whatever it is, you're going to have to go back and assess why it happened the way it happened, or what's the villain origin story like in yourself. Like how did this become this? How did this become this? And that's Pluto in your 8th. Like that's where you really are going to make the changes in your subconscious, so that when you strike out in this new different direction, you have the power of self-knowledge and self-awareness. Like I said in the beginning of the video, take care of your inner world first and then take care of the outer world. So this could be an awareness of something that you didn't see about yourself closer to the end of the week, and that will prove so invaluable to you. Because, I mean, just take my word for it. You just, okay. So stay grateful and focus on the abundance in whatever form that brings you the most happiness, and don't get down on yourself about any of this stuff, okay? Okay, I love you, Gemini. Take very good care. Have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for taking up the Gemini mantle of consciousness. Until the next time of our time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. what I like about this is that early in the week, there could be something disruptive to your daily routines and schedules. But if this is a friendship coming together, it could be healing. It could be a healing friendship, helping you work through deeper issues and heal those deeper issues. But you will have to face some kind of insecurity, vulnerability, cringy, woundedness feeling when it comes to friendships. You have Aries on the 11th, so ruled by Mars. So this would be a wonderful time for you to connect with people that are also sensitive, but not passive aggressive. You need like an emotionally intelligent friend or emotionally intelligent friends. If they're competitive and they're passive aggressively competitive with you, run, because you don't want that. And that might be why some friendships or things are falling apart. But when it's positive, it's pulling the energy to making friends with people that support your self-esteem, support your self-worth, support your confidence. And in the end of the week, when the moon's in Taurus in your 12th house, connecting in the spiritual house, connecting with Pluto on the 8th, it's like the bonding that's happening is where you can connect with them on the deepest level and share yourself. And that is helping the subconscious. It's helping to access, you know, the deeper the feeling, the more intense the feeling, the deeper it penetrates the subconscious mind. So when you're bonding with someone and you feel these deep feelings you love, it's helping to heal that. Okay, just want to make sure I got it all in. Okay, love you guys. Take very good care. Until our next time together, my loves. Many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Cancer, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. My Cancer brothers and sisters, whom I affectionately call can-cans. This is a week. Are you a can-can or a can-not? Okay, the week opens up. You are very prominently featured with Mars in our sign, or I'm an ascendant, I'm a Cancer ascendant. So you have to be so very careful with what you're doing, okay? Because that gnarly T-square happening is like lighting you up like a Christmas tree. So early in the week, with your Venus-Uranus opposition happening on Monday, I like it better for us because it's either, if you have kids, it could be that your kids are doing something that's kind of like shocking you, or it could be that you are creative and you are you're posting something, you're publishing something, you are sharing something with the world that's your creation. But if you're like acting passive aggressive, like if you're, you know, if there's some like aberration in your energy field right now, then this is either going to be like you make a friend and you connect immediately, or you may alienate yourself from a friend because of different creative differences. Or some Cancers could be meeting people, like falling in love, meeting people. And it's maybe through friends or connections or group activities, and you meet somebody. So if there's anything kind of like surprising or a shock to the heart, or, you know, just go with the flow. Try to just go with the flow, can-cans, because the full moon for you is extremely public. Everyone's going to see your feelings. Everyone's going to see what you're doing. Everyone's going to see your actions, your motives, your drives. And you want to be self-aware so that you can act accordingly, and that you can be a healer, and you can love the world, and you can do, you know what I'm saying? So I do a fuller explanation in your Acting with Godfidence video. Make sure to watch that for your full moon. Beyond the full moon, like mid-Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that moon in Taurus, trining Pluto in Capricorn. If this was a polarizing week for you, you'll have friends that you can talk to, and they will be a great source of helping you process and work through anything difficult. And if this is a week where you are feeling your full majesty in some kind of career achievement, or you know, anything like that, then this is probably helpful for you to connect with your clients if you have a client-based business, social media, or any partners, friends, partnerships, connecting with new collectives, new friends, new people, and forming really strong bonds. These could be friendships that last a lifetime for us. So I would say, especially if you're meeting new friends and new colleagues through work, through some kind of career achievement, I love that for us. And like I said, these could be relationships that are positive and mutually beneficial, that last a lifetime, that are very financially and lucrative, beneficial for everybody, and like big, big, good stuff. So I would just say, come into the week strong, but not blind. Don't be blinded by the violence of your emotions. If you're like, yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because you have to change your direction. Some of us are changing careers. Some of us are changing marriage partners. Some of us are changing our roles and how we show up as parents. You know, so whatever that playbook change is, go with it. Use your intuition. Follow me on TikTok or avail my services if you don't know the difference between an intuitive feeling, a psychic feeling, a gut feeling, an anxiety feeling, a thought feeling. Like if it's difficult, or you know, spirit guide feeling, like if you the communication, if that's confusing to you, definitely binge all of my content on TikTok. Try the 7-day free trial on Patreon, avail my services. But if you are already going as you're guided, then you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Okay. Okay, my loves, have a great week, cans. Until our next time together, thank you so much for taking up the Cancer mantle of consciousness, and many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my beautiful Leos, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Well, welcome, willkommen to your week ahead. Week opens with a lot of action happening. And for you, you've got the sun squaring Mars happening in some very delicate areas. So I feel like your subconscious, your communication, your mind, it's all lit up like a Christmas tree. And you may feel a little bit shaky with beliefs being challenged or having to have faith when you want to know for sure on something, and you just need to trust your intuition and go as you're guided. And that has to be, you know, that's going to be built up to be even stronger with whatever it is that you're doing, especially since you're going to have that Mars retrograding, where it's retrograding for a while. So this is just the beginning. Now, there could be some shakeups where your family or family members or roommates or anyone that you consider family making some bold statements, and it may be challenging or affecting your career or your status or your professional image. And if that's the case, like you may even be doing this yourself, because it could be because of your own private world, because of like, I'm going as I'm guided and I have to do this. And you may revolutionize your career or your reputation, and it can be very exciting. So if you are making any kind of professional changes, you're going as you're guided, and it's like a renaissance or a reinvention, or I feel like it's going to be giving you a lot of attention to do this different thing or do the same thing differently, or, you know, like I feel like it'd be a wonderful opportunity for you to really shine and really sparkle. But the only thing you'll have to get through is self-doubt and not having faith and not having trust. Let yourself have faith in yourself and let yourself have trust. Like I said in the beginning, have a boundary on negative thinking, have a boundary on judgy thinking, have a boundary on pessimism, depression, whatever, and then hold the boundary. And that's going to increase your self-esteem, self-worth. And then you'll be able to focus on your career or your reputation or publicity or whatever it happens to be. Then you have your full moon on Thursday. It's going to be in your ninth house. Then you're really going to bring something home. This can be a really big, like, whale of a contract or agreement, or solidifying a belief system and finding a teacher or a mentor, guru, guide. Look in your local area for astrologers, tarot readers, psychics, yoga masters, crystal experts, whatever your thing is, use your intuition. Actually, fate and destiny may guide those people towards you or guide you to those people. If you have that connection, it could be something that heals like a faith wound for you. Kind of like me, I have such a chip on my shoulder about like religious institutions. I was brought up Roman Catholic, and then I discovered this video. Can't talk right now. This book, it's not a video. I didn't know Mary Magdalene wrote anything. So this is like her like memoir. I think they call it a gospel. Anyway, so that was very healing for me for like faith wounds and like, anyway, so I like it for you. I like it a lot. Check out the acting with Godfidence video. I do a much more in-depth full moon interpretation. Later on in the end of the week, Thursday, the last half of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you've got the moon in Taurus at the top of your chart, making these very strong, empowering trines to Pluto and Capricorn in your sixth house. If you had any doubts early in the week about what changes you're doing in your career, you are going to be paid back in spades with power and authority and sparkle and success later in the week when you just make little changes. It's like maybe you hire a different person to do some mundane task for you, but they turn out to be kind of like The Crown. What was that episode where Winston Churchill, not a receptionist, she's like a stenographer or something, and she died. Sorry, spoiler alert, she died, and it affected him like so deeply. She's just a little, whatever, little writer girl, right? So, but she was like inspiring him for like helping him with his stuff, like, so it's like some small little habitual change, maybe to your staff, maybe to your daily routine, maybe one tweak of the health habit could just be the thing that like catapults you to a new, it helps to support this new renaissance or revolution, with your career and your social status and your public life and your, so I feel like it could be very exciting for you guys. Okay. Love you, Leos. Take very good care. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for taking up the Leo mantle of consciousness. And until our next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful 𝚑𝚘𝚢𝚘. Hello, my lovely Virgos, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead. The week opens with some admittedly possibly potentially stressful energy when it comes with your money, someone else's money, what you share with other people, and the direction that you and your friends or you and your creative collaborators or children want to go in. So it looks a little prickly, and it looks like there may be disagreements about this change in direction. So yeah, there could be some very shocking communications and surprises that challenge your belief systems, or I feel like for Virgos, it's like, I never saw this coming, or I thought this was impossible, or like something just very surprising. And okay, so that's like the beginning. That's how you open the week. It opens with a little bit of a bang. If you have any issues with your friends, groups, community, social media, have it out in the moment. Have it out as soon as possible. Don't let it fester on your side, on their side. Just confront the issue, have the communication, address it, send an email, just get through it, whatever it is. Don't leave loose ends. Don't leave people twisting in the wind. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't do anything like that. Like, just make sure that you are like 110%. Then on Thursday, the full moon in Aries is in your 8th house. I did a very full interpretation for everybody in the Acting with Godfidence video, where this is going to bring you kind of like the results of a lot of momentum that you had been building up. So, but okay, so it's going to be, you're really going to be feeling the full majesty of some kind of freaking feelings, Virgo. Like this is either going to be like a huge bonding moment where you let your guard down and you're able to share something, like, I don't know if it's like in therapy or with a friend or something. If this is like with Mars in your social media house, I would be careful not to, if you're oversharing on social media, it has to benefit other people. Like it has to be like how is this serving other people? You have your own wants, your own need for, I don't know, attention or validation, or maybe it's your work, or you're an educator, or you share recipes, whatever. But just make sure that there's some kind of goal or purpose with Mars in Cancer in your 11th house, especially when you connect with other people. Because this could be a fight of this week where someone is like, I'm going as I'm guided. And if you're, everyone's needing to go as they're guided this week, releasing the past, building up the future, prioritizing Pisces and Capricorn. So you just want to have a good perspective on the roles that you play in these connections and these relationships. And that everyone, because you with Saturn in your 7th, it's not just like choosing the right partners, it's also you being the right partner, you showing up responsibly, maturely, all of the things. So, but anyway, so then your full moon, then the weekend, like the last half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the moon in Taurus trines Pluto and Capricorn. This is wonderful for sharing on any kind of like speaker platform and being very moving creatively, talking with your children, having really deep conversations with your children, being very creative and creating your own little masterpieces, so I love the weekend. So if you're, like I said, any of the crunchy part and the surprising news in the beginning of the week, you really would need to put that inner world first as your first priority and then take care of the outer world. When you take care of that inner world first, then you can show up cogent and clear to your outer world. And then it'll be a lot easier for you to take care of any kind of instability with your friends, groups, associations, social medias, or the partners, or to take care of financial issues, value difference issues, intimacy issues, healing baggage, which is your full moon on Thursday. And it'll be very reaffirming and very healing for you. And then the weekend with the Taurus moon and everything, I feel like it's going to be great for sharing your perspective in a creative way. And all around, even if you're not, on a platform sharing perspectives, or if you're not speaking at a thing, the moon trining Pluto into your 5th is very fertile for you to grow in wisdom, integrity, perspective. And that could very much serve you as a parent to your children, or you could have very healing words for your children, or your creative passion projects in your small business. Okay, love you, Virgos. Take very good care. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for taking up the Virgo mantle of consciousness. Until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Okay, Libra. Hello, my loves. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead. The week opens with a lot going on. You're another cardinal sign, so we've got every area of our lives lighting up like Christmas trees. Boom, 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 boom. And for you, the week opens with you needing to go as you're guided in the relationships that you're choosing, how you are showing up in relationships, releasing and healing and letting go of relationship issues of the past. And maybe even when it comes to parental issues with parents, how have parents gotten in the way of you having a great, successful marriage or intimate connection, partnership, and really resolving those issues and letting them go, but taking care of them in the moment as they're coming up. So Sunday, Monday could have seen maybe some issues with parents or with spouses, or you as a parent to your children. And then Monday with the Venus-Uranus opposition, it could be financial surprises. It could be intimacy surprises where you become very fast friends with someone, or you share like very soonly or very quickly, or you want to share you want to bond and connect really quickly, and like, you know, you're excited to do that. So, you know, that could be kind of fun. And your full moon is going to be very healing for relationships, like healing and closeness, because you have the same goals or the same vision or the same, it's like you're the same kind of animal. That's how I like to say it. That's like the positive. You know, on the other hand, it may be some relationships that you've got to confront and heal and let go of, that are relics of the past or that no longer serve their purpose in your life. And you really just want to have, but this would either be family relationships, or maybe relationships with people that you felt very close to, that they feel like family or soul family, or just that they've really stuck in your consciousness for a long time. And to have the boundary where you don't go back, because that would be betraying your self-confidence and your self-esteem and prevents you from truly connecting with someone. So the barrier could have been a parent, like a parental issue, that you're letting that issue go, or having boundaries with that parent that you stick to so that you can be in a relationship. Or it's like an ex from the past, or it's maybe a different kind of relationship, but it's like something, so that you can fully show up and be present, and that this relationship can be safe and protected, and you don't have to worry about crazy parent getting in the way, and you know, so, or crazy ex coming back and getting in the way, you know, it's like something. So then the weekend, last half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the moon in Capricorn trining Pluto in the 4th is so healing and transformative emotionally, psychologically, unloading, unleashing, releasing baggage, and feeling so good. It's like you're cementing the healing, maybe through bonding with somebody else. This could even be sharing homes, sharing, you know, whatever the home changes are happening. People are moving in, people are moving out. It could be really good for you when you're going as your guide in these relationships. So getting closer with certain people, putting up a little bit more boundaries with other people, and taking care of any kind of the things that are coming up as they're coming up this week. Okay. Love you, Libras. Take very good care. Have a lovely week this week. And until our next time together, thank you so much for taking up the Libra mantle of consciousness. I do a much more in-depth in the Acting with Godfidence video, specifically on your full moon in Aries. Until our next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah. Hello, my lovely Scorpios, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead. Okay, so the week opens up with fireworks. Literal little fireworks in your life. So this is happening in your subconscious mind and in your daily life. There are changes taking place. You're going as you're guided. You really do want to go as you are guided. I did a much fuller in-depth in your Acting with Godfidence video that covers your full moon in Aries in your 6th house. And in the early part of the week, that change in direction that you're taking, you're writing a whole new playbook, and it's not going to be based on where you have fallen before. This is going to be because you are healing in your subconscious and your subliminal self and subliminal wounds. The blind spots are not blind spots anymore. You can see those things about yourself, and you can like trust yourself and go as you're guided. And I see you really interested in learning something new and you have Mars and Cancer in your 9th house. So you are hungry for a deeper experience. So I would say definitely for you to find those, someone local in your area. This could be either a foreigner in your area or someone very different from you in your area, but someone that's like, your local psychics, astrologers, tarot readers, crystal experts, or what was I saying? Yoga experts, anyone that could really teach you a lot about your intuition, or as you're guided and connect with them, someone could be really, really instrumental in helping you with something, some either healing or psychic ability. If the energy's there, if you want to do anything like that. But like I said, go as you're guided, because you're already going to have your spidey senses. You're already going to be like, and so when that activates, just trust it. Just trust it. You could be the one to shock people early in the week, like on Monday with the Venus-Uranus opposition. You could be saying, you know what? I'm ready for something new. Or I'm ready for something different. Or like you could be the one, since Venus is in your sign, to show up to a relationship or a person and say like, I need something else. This is what I want. This is what I'm ready for now. This is what I want to change. So I feel like you're taking the reins from a very subconscious and yearning for new horizons. Now, for some of you, it could just be also that you're doing something, that you're pursuing something with marketing or publishing, sharing your experiences, sharing your wisdom, but you are ready to break out of something. You are ready for some kind of liberation. For you, especially, this would be the best for Scorpios to renounce something Sunday, Monday, and say, I'm never going back. Boundary with the ex, boundary with the cigarettes, boundary with the alcohol, boundary, whatever it is, whatever happens to be. And you, of all people, hold your line. Hold your line. Do not allow the energy leaks. Don't allow anyone to convince you to turn on your own word that you made to yourself. Because it could be an ex in your case, or someone that you've slept with before that tries to come back in and soften you up, butter you all up again. Your ego, if you're not aware, then you could be a little bit more susceptible to whatever blind spot you've had previously. And then you're signing up again for you have to experience it again to learn it. You don't learn something unless you can do it, unless you can apply it in action. If you can't do it, you don't know it. So do you really know boundaries? Do you really know yourself? Do you really know how to renounce something? Do you really know how to move on? Do you really know how to release and let go of the past? You'll do it this week. If you truly know. If you don't know, you're going to fall. You may, free will here, you may fall into some of the same ruts. But I'm very optimistic about this for you guys, because you have that good relationship with yourself where you'll know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so the beginning of the week could be a little bit like, really go as you're guided, follow that intuition, go as you're guided, avail any help or resources from any of those. Maybe they could just be very different from you, where there's some kind of guru, guide, mentor, yoga instructor type, anyone kind of like that. It could even be litigious people that are helping you, like lawyers or professionals, that kind of thing. You're ready to break out of something. And I like this for renouncing relationships that are not good for you. I feel like you can just put up that bound with the Venus-Uranus opposition. on one hand, it could be you renouncing that ex and be like, I need to focus on something else right now. You're an energy drain. Don't tell them that, but like, you're an energy drain, you're an energy leak, boundary, 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 so that I can focus on my passion. Another reason why I love Scorpios, like the good Scorpios, is that you need a really passionate day job or career or something to do every day. You need something to pour all of that energy into every single day. That's why like my ideal, perfect, like my favorite relationship is like Gomez and Morticia, because he's just like so passionate. You see, and you guys are like that. Like you just need to pour so much, I don't know if it, whatever it is, into something every day. You have the stamina for it. So why would you cheat yourself out of that joy that you love of intensely focusing on something? Why would you cheat yourself out of that experience when part of your mind or your heart or energy is stuck on an ex or some baggage, So love this for you guys to renounce anything specifically. The beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday, full moon on Thursday. In Aries, done shoveling the shit. And then over the weekend, last half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the moon in Taurus, making this trine to Pluto and Capricorn. That is so cool. So I also like Sunday and Monday with the Venus opposing Uranus for bringing in very different new people. So that's another thing you could miss being hung up in a baggage situation or on an ex, is that you miss the new people. Maybe they're really strange feminines or something, like, or there's like they're kind of different. There's something different about them, but you miss out on that because you're stuck up, or you're stuck on something else. Maybe some Scorpio sun moon risings are like, there's like an ego consciousness where you're over concerned about it. Are you a real individual or are you not? That's all. Do you really care so much about what people think of you? There could be, if you're attracting new, different people into your life, they could, let me see, they could increase either your money because they're new and different, maybe they're avant-garde or something, or your respect, like professionally. So if you keep the open mind, that fear that you might have with Libra, the sun in Libra in your 12th house, like, oh my God, what are people going to think of me? By the end of the week, you'll be so relieved that you trusted yourself. Because when that Taurus moon connects with Pluto, the conversations you're having, what you're talking about, or what you're developing with somebody else, maybe there's something changing in your neighborhood. Like it's just really powerful to help you transform your mind, how you communicate, what you think about, what you talk about, what you're focused on. That other person could be very instrumental in guiding you towards like the right stuff, what like really matters. So don't be afraid of renouncing people and baggage early in the week. Don't be afraid of going as you're guided. Don't be afraid of what other people think of you. Even if, like, just don't let any of that get in. Keep it safe. Keep it secret, keep it safe, keep it like, have the good boundaries. Okay. Love you guys. Take very good care. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for taking up the Scorpio mantle of consciousness. And until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful Sagittariuses, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your week ahead. Okay, the week opens Sunday, Monday with some crunchy energy with friends, groups, associations, your personal creative confidence and passion projects. And I see some baggage being activated for you, or some kind of life transition, bigger changes happening, maybe even money or finances or intimacy you share with another person being very affected. There's a new playbook, a new strategy unraveling, unfolding, and you may feel really squirrely about it. You may feel kind of insecure about it. It looks like maybe a friend or something you see on social media is kind of making you feel like, making you question, like, is this really where it's going? Am I comfortable with this? Am I secure with this? Or a friend is revolting against you and, I don't know, like, there could be an issue, a squabble or something. And it kind of catches you off guard with the Venus-Uranus opposition. Something is made aware to you, maybe like a blind spot or something about yourself you didn't see about yourself, and now you like do see it, and it's very like a firework going off. So that's early in the week. Then on Thursday, you have your full moon in the 5th house. This could be super healing for you, your children, your small business, or it could have you feeling a little bit bummed out, a little bit lackluster. But I do a much deeper, in-depth interpretation in the Acting with Godfidence video, the one right before this one. So be sure to check that one out. And just know that for you to feel your full majesty, you've got to go as you're guided. You got to go as you're guided this week. So if you do, later in the week, Friday, last half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the moon in Taurus, making this trine to Pluto and Capricorn, you could put your nose to the grindstone. I just see you being really motivated. Like if you feel like you're not creative enough or that your kids are taking all the life out of you, I see you being super motivated. Or if a friend walks away from something, you're just super motivated by this weekend and you just get a lot done. This could even be great for picking up a second job or a part-time job to supplement income, or just work at something that's going to increase your money at all. And it would be very helpful for you. It'd be good. So don't be afraid to go as you're guided this beginning of the week. Just be very cognizant and be very aware of anything that gets triggered, because you can be very triggered with this Mars in your 8th house. And if you can figure that out and kind of separate what these different feelings feel like, what's intuition, what's anxiety, what's the difference between the two. If you can do that, then you're more empowered to go as you're guided and have it work out for you. Even when it doesn't work out, it's something you need to learn. And then okay, that was not an intuitive guidance. That was not my higher self. That was my ego. Okay, now I know. Memorize that feeling. Okay, now I know when I feel that feeling, when it feels like that's not the higher self. It's ego. Okay. If that was helpful to you, there's so much more of that on my TikTok and on the Patreon, or you can avail my services. But yeah, just make sure to take care of those relationships, the friends, groups, associations, social media, and take care of your inner world first, your creative passions first, and then take care of the outer world. Love you, Sagittarius. Take very good care. Thank you so much for taking up the Sagittarius mantle of consciousness. Until our next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Yay! Hello, my lovely Capricorn, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to our week ahead. Okay, the week opens with some fireworks, absolute fireworks going off in our career, social status, reputation, area, home, living situation, family members, roommates, property, but like the private world. And then Mars over the other person, the clients, the best friends, the marriages, the partnerships. And so there's an awareness Sunday, Monday of a new direction, playbook, new strategy. And it could be anyone in the professional life. It could be other VIPs. It could be people in your professional sphere, partners, marriage partners. It could be you as a parent making some changes in your relationship with your kids. Or it could be the other person coming to you and saying, okay, now we're going to go in this direction and we need you to do this, Capricorn, you know. And it's like, whether that's professional or the spouse is coming to you or some best friend is coming to you, but it's like, it's very, very relationshipy. And but that's where the awareness comes in and about. It's like, okay, now it's this. Now we're going in this direction and this is how. Okay. Then on Monday, the Venus-Uranus opposition is, for us, it's likely coming through friends, groups, associations, connections, social media, online activity. Venus is the faster moving planet, and she's got to do something or give something to Uranus in our 5th house. So it's likely that there's probably going to be a woman or a feminine energy, or it doesn't have to be, but just, you know, something coming through those means that could be very surprising to us. That could be, I like this a little bit better for us because it's more delightful. It's more like a happy surprise. You know, maybe someone, this could be for some Capricorns at the beginning of meeting somebody. A friend introduces you to someone, or it's a little bit like that for us. It's like, because you have these friends, they introduce you to these people, or you get invited, you get added to like an email thread, or you get added to a Telegram group, or it could be very digital, or it could be through friends groups, friends of friends, friends of friends of friends of friends. And it could have some positive influence on your love life or your creative life or your small business if you have a small business. Go as you're guided. You definitely want to feel the full majesty. Saying that for us is so funny because we have Pluto in our sign. So we've been feeling the full majesty of this Plutonian energy since 2008 in a very transformative way. So you go as you're guided early in this week. And really, for us, it'll be way more about like the other people, what the other people are saying and bringing to us and giving us the news, and then working with that. So that's the beginning, Sunday, Monday, and then Thursday is our full moon at the base of our lives. This could be for some Capricorns, you know, buying, selling real estate properties. This could be milestones in the family. Maybe your child, you're going to be a grandparent and your child is, you know, or you could be, you know, what's the head of the table? Capricorn, you could be becoming the head of the table of your own family. You could be, you know, there's some kind of family milestone or other home-based business milestone, or, you know, something that is going to be very healing for us in our private worlds. So, and like I said in the beginning of the video, put that inner world first and then take care of the outer world. You've got to prioritize that inner life. And this full moon is going to help us feel so relieved or healed or better, just better. And especially going as you're guided, feeling really amazing. Then the last half of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the moon in Taurus, trining Pluto in our sign. That is like fun, creativity. That's going out with your kids and having a blast, getting ice cream. That is working on a creative passion project. That is dating. That is meeting new people. It is just like serious fun for Capricorns. You know, it's like maybe you're working on your, you know, great American novel. You know, you're doing something, or you're doing something with your children that is so fun and interesting and like really, I would say like creatively satisfying, and also helping you develop who you are and helping you develop yourself. So this is a big character arc for Capricorns, especially the end of this week, going into the weekend. If you're meeting anyone, like if you are introduced to someone through other people and it's romantic, this could definitely be a romance for the ages. This could really be some kind of like go the distance, going all the way, going like it would not mess around. It would be something that changes you for sure. Maybe, yeah, probably it would be part of the transformation that Pluto is doing the last 4 weeks of Pluto and Capricorn. So whether that's a creative passion project, for some people, it's your children that they're changing you with whatever they have going on. It changes you. you know, so it doesn't have to be like you're falling in love or something, but like it could be for some of you. And I would say, honestly, we have the funnest one for the weekend. So really the hardest part was probably just Sunday. You know, just go as you're guided and let the awareness happen of the change in direction or action or the new playbook or the how of getting something done. And if you stay open-minded to literal people and your circles, and staying open-minded to the type of people that you are interested in, like in dating, and if you stay open-minded to creative passion projects or like even new directions in these projects based off of like these new different people that you could be meeting. This is a really big one for Capricorns and connections and like aligning, like allies, aligning with comrades to help each other, and you're going in the same direction. You know, if you're open-minded there, it's a wrap, Capricorn. It's a wrap, okay? And I like it because we have Pluto in our sign, so we're the powerful ones. You know, we've got the secret sauce. So just wield it responsibly, because this is especially true for Capricorns, but it's like anyone who's been abusing their power the past 16 years, they're all getting their comeuppance now. But it's really true for Capricorns. If Capricorns have been abusing their power, or if they've been shitty people, just watch them. Just watch what happens to them. All of them are getting their comeuppance. Okay. Let's not end it on that dark ass note. Let's see. And also career direction. So I would say you could, like Capricorns could even like unexpectedly retire. Maybe you're retiring, maybe you are changing your career, maybe you're becoming a parent, maybe you're getting married, getting divorced, maybe you are reaching a milestone in your family and you're taking time away from your career because you're focusing on a home thing, like a renovation project, or you're launching your home-based business. You know what I'm saying? So just be very, but it would be because of something someone else is like doing or saying, you know, maybe like, I don't want you to work anymore. You need to, it's time to have children. So now you're going to just stay home and have children. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it could just be, but it's something about our reputation, our career direction, our career relationships and professional relationships. So yeah, I would listen to what the other person is saying early in the week and stay very open-minded. And you're going to be so relieved later in the week. You're going to feel like that homecoming Thursday, and then you're just going to have fun. You might even just, it'd be good to just take off like the rest of Thursday and Friday and just have like a 4-day weekend or something like that. Like just go balls to the walls and have fun, Caps. Love you guys. Take very good care. Thank you so much for taking up the Capricorn mantle of consciousness. And until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful Aquariuses, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, my Aquarius brothers and sisters. Welcome, willkommen to this week ahead. Okay, Aquariuses, this is a week that opens with some fireworks. And for us, like honestly, Aquas, just keep a very open mind and keep a very, very wide open, horizon expanding mind, because Sunday, Monday is an awareness of a track change. There's a new playbook. There's a direction change, an action. You know, we're doing something different, or there's like, you know, and it could be international. It could involve travel. It could involve publishing or marketing. It could involve foreigners or just people that are really different. It could be speakers, gurus, guides. It would behoove you to avail the services of anyone you trust. Like look in your community, in your local neighborhood area, for psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, or like, I don't know, crystal experts, Reiki, hands-on healers. Find someone you connect with. They could help you a lot in like having more confidence. They can help educate you or train you or whatever it is, because the track change is coming from something that you have to be of service doing. So we have Mars in our 6th house. So we are either hiring people, we're hiring staff, We're changing our daily routines, that's for sure. And or we are of service to someone else. We are the employee, or we have to make some kind of sacrifice, or we have to do something to serve a greater need. I'm putting that right in the front so that you have like a bit of humility about this. You're going to have to take on something where you have to work hard. So for some people, it's a project. You are part of a team, or you are the staff, or you are an agent or manager to somebody else, or you are in just some way of service. But for other aquas, it's going to be that you are resentful and you're getting over a grudge. And you're just going to take 8.5 months to get out of the grudge. But it's your choice. It's free will. So choose wisely. I know what I'm choosing. So, have anything out in the moment, anything that you're feeling raw about, because the Venus-Uranus opposition taking place, it's Venus professional sphere opposing Uranus in our 4th house of home and hearth and kith and kin. So this could be that the boss wants you to relocate and now you have to move. It could be that it could be anything, but it's going to be something that's like a shock or a surprise. And like I said, you may have to relocate or move, or it's just going to hit you very emotionally. That's why I'm saying keep an open mind. It could even be coming through your spouse or your parent, or you as a parent doing something, but going as you're guided. So if you are taking on a sacrifice, if you are working for somebody else, or if you are on a project, on a team project for other people, go as you're guided. And this would be something that you can use your intuition on, that you can maybe connect with your coworkers, managers, immediate supervisors in a very intuitional or creative healing kind of a way. Some aquas could also be working through a health issue, and this could be really great for a veiling yoga instructor. My mother sent me this Wing Chun video, not Wing Chun, Wing Chun, WING space CHUN, Wing Chun. And it just made me miss it so much. I loved martial arts. Like I used to teach martial arts. I was a brown belt until I got injured. I got to the part where I was only sparring. I was a brown belt. I was only sparring. That was the only thing that I was doing. I learned all of the things already, and Wing Chun was part of it, and I loved it so much. So hopefully I'll be able to like get back into something. I don't know. I have these nails, so it's like, am I going to relinquish my Nosferatu nails? Ask me to do the impression. It's either going to be something dancing, or martial arts. This would be great for aquas to get back into something physical, because it doesn't have to be that you're of service or something. We could just like go back to the gym or whatever, but I can't do that mindless stuff. I have to like, so anyway. Okay, and then our full moon on Thursday is in our 3rd house of the mind. I love this for mental healing. Like something is just, if you are relocating for work, this is so fated. It's a supermoon. It's not an eclipse, it's a supermoon. But it's fated, destined, and this is like the neighborhood you're supposed to be in if you're relocating. So it could be very healing, like you're coming home. It could be healing of the mind, that you're very reassured about something. Other aquas, if you're like holding onto a grudge, it's going to be painful, that full moon, because it's going to be you not getting your way, or not getting what you want, or not being able to force something's out of your control. A neighbor moves in, you don't like them, you never met them, but you just don't like them. It's me something. So, but then last half of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the moon in our 4th house of home and hearth and kith and kin makes a trine to Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so it's either like the relationships in your family or in your household are changing and it's affecting you very psychologically, or it's this relocation that is like, it could be like very organizing. You're organizing things, kind of nesting a little bit. And as you're nesting, like physically putting things where they belong. You could be processing psychic stuff, psychological stuff. This could even be like a talking to dead people or some kind of, psychic ability development for some of you. But it's a lot of like, there's activity in and through the home and emotional stuff or psychic stuff. So that could go either really well, where you are actively having fun and kind of, see, I feel like this is very enriching. This is going to be like content that's very, whatever's happening in that weekend is like, yeah, I feel like you're like nesting or just enjoying your home and enjoying your family, enjoying the place, enjoying, and just like healing because of that. Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. So whatever comes up early in the week, keep the open mind. And you're either going to consciously look at something like, I'm going to do this. Put me in, coach. Like, okay, let me be of service. Let me help the situation. Let me contribute what I have to contribute. Or you're going to be resentful and grudgy or have a health issue breakdown or not a breakdown, but like, or some health, like it's going to be like a manifestation of some grudge. I'm like, oh, my back hurts. Like, it's going to be something like that. Anyway, but by the end of the week and into the weekend, there's like rest and recuperation. And if you are seeking treatment or if you are availing something to help some kind of issue, it's going to be very restorative. Like you're going to be resting a lot and getting good quality sleep. And as you're resting and the downtime on the weekend, you get to process everything that happened throughout the week. Love you, Aquas. Brothers and sisters, take very good care. Until our next time together, my loves, thank you for taking up the Aquarius mantle of consciousness. Many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my beautiful Pisces, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, 𝚃𝚅𝚗𝚎𝚢 to your week ahead. The week opens with some possibly financial stress or some difficult feelings, maybe with a lover or your creative passion projects or your creative vision or with your children or with your small business. And you, like Monday, want to sort of go as you're guided creatively, sexually, passionately, but understand the awareness that's being revealed to you of the change in direction. The sun's in your 8th house. The change in action, the change in the playbook, and how you're going about starting a romantic relationship, having sex, engaging with your children, investing money in a small business, and what you share with other people intimately. And like, it's going to be other people, and you're going to be maybe affected kind of passionately, and you may even be the one to already go as you're guided and be like, I'm not sharing this with you anymore. Or can you please move out now? Or, like it's going to be like, but go as you're guided. Venus opposing Uranus is going to be maybe a mentor, guru, guide, or a foreign to you, someone kind of shocking you and surprising you with what they're telling you or what they are publishing. This can also be fluctuations if you're involved in anything like marketing or publishing or teaching. So it can even be changes in the neighborhood as well. Or if you're maybe just traveling and it's just like a hectic travel day or something. Then you have your full moon on Thursday. I covered that way in depth in your Acting with Confidence video. It's in your 2nd house of money. You're spending money or selling something of value and getting money back. It could even just be your self-esteem that gets restored from renouncing something early in the week, that you're making some kind of promise to yourself and it increases your self-esteem. The end of the week, going into the weekend, last half of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the moon in Taurus trines Pluto and Capricorn. I love this for very serious, deep, powerful conversations with your community, with your allies, the people that love to support your career or your goals in life because you have shared motivation, shared visions, shared passions. So it's like there could be something very powerful happening at the end of the week where It's like confidence is restored, your money is restored, you're going as you're guided creatively, you are letting go of baggage of the past. The awareness is like, okay, I'm going in a new direction. And because it's your eighth house, like I trust this new life direction. I'm going to trust in life this time. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to continue going as I'm guided. I'm not going to stress about it. The weekend is like glorious. It looks like you're having a great time talking and socializing with your friends, groups, associations, publishing on social media. Maybe there's even excitement and sparkly things happening in your physical community, like in your neighborhood. And you could be connecting with powerful new people too. It looks fun. It looks way fun. Wow, that was really simple for you guys. It's real. Sometimes they're very straightforward and very simple. So yeah, I would just say whatever that awareness, the light that gets shed Monday, Sunday, Monday, of some kind of new direction, trust it and trust in life, because you are one of the signs that you Forrest Gump your way through life and you end up exactly where you're meant to be. I know this intimately because I have my North Node in Pisces and I have my midheaven in Pisces, which is all about life direction. So I'm just not, I've never been someone that you do things the normal way, like you go to school, get a degree, apply for a job, and climb the ladder. No, that would have never worked for me. I have to Forrest Gump my way. I always have had to go as I'm guided. I never in a million years wanted to share my psychic ability publicly, let alone have my face attached to it. I wanted to be in film and TV actor, you know? And so you just have to trust and go as you're guided and embrace who you really are, because you have to embrace who you really are and be your authentic self. That's another Piscean thing. And you're probably unique and very special. Maybe you have a special gift or a talent, and like just go with that. So if anyone's going to be okay going and Forrest Gumping their way through life, it's going to be you. So whatever comes up early in this week, just trust it. Just trust in life that this must be for your highest and best good. I know it sounds corny, but it is the truth. If you can just do that and go as you're guided and follow your heart, like literally with Mars and Cancer in your fifth house, there could be like someone you're meeting that really affects you on a very deep level, or a creative passion project is like very rich emotionally or spiritually, and it'll be good for you. You know, like before I like came out as a psychic, I just wanted to do that for my own family. Like I just wanted to be a little psychic witch for like my husband and children. But I really love empowering other people. Like I love it. I love teaching. I love it. Waking people up, helping to wake people up. I feel like I'm freaking Neo and Trinity from the Matrix. It feels like when watching, honestly, like when you're a teacher and you're teaching people and you're watching people get it and they're doing more and they're like flexing their psychic muscles, it makes me so proud of them. It makes me so fucking proud. And I love that. I really love that. And I would have cheated that good feeling out of myself if I just kept my abilities to myself all these years. Like I really love that feeling, and I love teaching little kids. And it's like I just love it. I love it. So just trust it. You're going to be great. Go as you're guided, and have a lovely week, Pisces, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Take very good care. Thank you so much for taking up the Pisces mantle of consciousness. And until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful head starlings.